Hare Krishna. Let me start by reporting on baby Padmas' operation yesterday. Uh, it was long. It went until around from 9 in the morning till 5 in the afternoon, but it was very successful. And the doctors uh, now have the process is complete, but there's still a critical period of 2 to 3 days when see how actually the body responded to the operation itself and everything that because it's a very intrusive operation and uh, hopefully when everything there goes very well then you can say that it's finished and we continue to ask devotees to pray and give their blessings so that everything does go well, everything does go right. Um, and I also want to thank everyone, not only here in Hungary, but in other places who sent their well wishes, condolences, words of encouragement and support, which were very much needed and welcome, because ultimately it's the blessings of the Vaishnavas that will make everything successful. Without that, even trying to just get Krishna's mercy is uh, futile. And our prayer is in this instance, as with so many other such situations that we find ourselves in as Vaishnavas in this material world, is that we pray to Krishna to in such a way that it doesn't compromise our mood of pure devotional service. Srila Prabhupada taught us how to pray when he was leaving this world in the months preceding that. And we offer this prayer, my dear Lord, if you so desire, please save Srila Prabhupada. No matter how critical, important a situation is, we always want what Krishna wants. So Srila Prabhupada said this, if you so desire. If Krishna doesn't desire, then we don't desire. So we may have some desire, as we had for Srila Prabhupada to stay with us. We can express that desire, but obviously, if it's not in harmony with Krishna's, then we'll accept whatever his decision is. And such is also the case here with Padma. We're also praying like that. If Radhe Shyam so desire, that she allowed to grow up, become a Vaishnavi residing in New Rajadam, rendering service to them. And that will be the mood of our prayer, continuing prayer. Now let me answer a few questions here. One is from a Bhakta Alexander who says, I joined the movement 6 years ago and have one question. Because I'm a GBC member, why does ISKCON as a movement allow devotees to have positions who were involved in child abuse, and why the devotees actually are protected by ISKCON and not punished or banned out of ISKCON? Just briefly, the answer is that I don't know what it means that Bhakta Alexander joined ISKCON, but he's clearly not very much in touch with what actually ISKCON's relationship or stand is on child abuse. We have an international child protection office. We have representatives of that office in every yatra and in every temple in order to prevent abuse, deal with it when it comes up, report it, educate it. We take it very seriously, extremely seriously. Of course, there's a spectrum of what child abuse means. It can be from threatening or psychological abuse to actual serious sexual abuse. According to the crime, there's a proportional punishment. It may be that under the umbrella word of child abuse, someone may be allowed to assume some role of service and responsibility after they've done something of a minor nature. Of a major nature, there are proportional punishments, including excommunication from the society. So there is a system. If Alexander wants to know, he should look into it. But we don't allow, as a principle, child abusers to take positions of authority and so on. This is a misunderstanding. Here's another question, which is, I don't know how serious it is, but it's from Bhakta David, who says a Mataji wanted to do a naked bike ride, and I suggested that instead of time with people who are practicing to be trees, it would be better to be more fun to attend the lovely Harinam party, but it seems that some Prabhupada disciples considered him to be naive. In other words, that his preaching was wrong. Uh, what should he do? No, I don't know what this word Mataji here means either. It may be just someone who's in a female body, but there's about 3.5 billion people on this world who fall in that category. Obviously, it's not someone who's Krishna conscious Matajis. But to speak of Krishna conscious, civilized Matajis don't go naked bike riding. Uncivilized people do things like that, or people who don't know what even the basics of morality are. So yes, we should point out that this is neither a dharmic thing to do, neither a civilized thing to do, what to speak of a Krishna conscious thing to do. And people who support such activity, anyway, they're not very much better educated. I'm responding to this question. I don't know what's behind it, but certainly it's not a good idea, not something to be recommended to anyone. And the third question, serious question, comes from our Manjari Devidasi here in Hungary, and she says, please talk about the tradition of writing Vyas Puja offerings. Why is it important, and what should offerings contain? Sometimes we feel unqualified to express ourselves nicely when we meditate on the glories of the spiritual master, Srila Prabhupada. Our insignificance becomes overwhelming, and nothing seems to sound worthy of offering. Firstly, the principle of glorification of spiritual master is essential. Hari Bhakti Vilas describes that it's an activity that should be performed daily. Just as, for instance, a citizen or other ministers, persons come before the king, they're meant to glorify the king. In fact, he's meant to be woken up in the morning by glorification. When one comes in the presence of the deities, we're supposed to be glorifying the deity as well. That's what our deity greeting, that's what our Chintamani prayers are about. They're greeting the Lord with words of glorification. When we offer our pranams, Namo Vishnupadaya, and so on, these are words of glorification also to the spiritual master. The devotees are meant to do on a daily basis, and it should not be neglected. However, for instance, our pranams tends to become quite mechanical, and here we have an opportunity during the Vyas Puja, when we're actually meant to be actively glorifying the spiritual master, to write words of praise. How should we write words of praise? Well, that's up to the individual, but we should know glorification, how to glorify the representative of the Lord. It can be done in the principle of tattva, it can be done from a more personal point of view, it can be done as remembrances. Tadami buddhi yogam tam. If we're serious about it, then Krishna gives us the intelligence, because the spiritual master is Mukunda Prishta. He is very dear to Krishna, and being very dear to Krishna, then Krishna gives us the intelligence how to glorify him. But it requires work. Tesham satata yuktanam bhajatam priti. One has to do proper bhajan. If one practices Krishna consciousness properly, then one should